Alright guys, so a little build update. I guess this is a part 2. So I got the brakes finished on the Land Cruiser. I reused the old drums just because they were perfectly serviceable, so I went and got the machine. I did wheel cylinder rebuilds and new brake shoes. So the brakes are done. However, what I need to do is we need to get this brake line here that I'm missing from my clutch master cylinder, or brake master cylinder. Needs to go down here to this little, I guess, T-joint or whatever. I don't know the technical term, but I just need the brake line to go there. That way I can bleed the system. And as far as the clutch goes, for the clutch master cylinder, I do have the correct line for it. I just haven't gotten around to it. And I also have the brand new clutch slave cylinder for it as well. And today I got a box of parts, so let's take a look and see what I got. So yeah, here's just a little invoice with everything I got. We'll start with the bigger things. First thing is I got a nice new OEM water pump. The old one was severely corroded. As you can see, look at that, terrible. The engine that was in this Land Cruiser, it had just sat with out a hood and an air cleaner, and all the water got in. And I think this Land Cruiser sat for about 30 years without being driven. So yeah, definitely could not use this water pump. Next thing I got was an OEM fuel pump. Again, I would have rebuilt the old one, but that engine was severely corroded. I just couldn't rebuild it. It was severely pitted, so I got a nice new OEM fuel pump. Here I just got a nice OEM thermostat. I actually like how the thermostat looks on this. Look at that. I've never seen one like this. Pretty neat design. Here is a carburetor rebuild kit. I've got an OEM Eisen carburetor, so I'm gonna rebuild it. Look at that, made in Japan. Nothing but quality being used on this build. And here are the oil feed lines. So here's the upper and lower radiator hose. I mean, why not? Just perfect. You gotta get the ones with the correct bend, because just having that universal hose just doesn't look right. So I want this Land Cruiser to look as much as original as I can, so I just figured. And I also got new hardware for my drive shafts, because in the past on one of my Toyotas, the old drive shaft bolts gave out and snapped when I was off-roading, and that was very inconvenient. So I figured, while I'm here, I might as well just do new hardware for the drive shafts, because breaking the bolts is just super inconvenient. Throttle cable on this thing, again, this vehicle's been sitting for at least 30 years. It's all seized up. I just don't want to mess with it. So I just got a nice new throttle cable. Look at that. fj40. I mean, this stuff is just nothing but quality. Awesome. And I also got an OEM dipstick. And look at that. OEM part. I can't believe it. That Toyota in this day is still making OEM parts for a vehicle of this age. I also got the pedal covers for my brake and clutch pedal, so that way my feet aren't slipping when it's wet. Definitely always a nice improvement. Just replace these. I mean, they're only like $4, guys, so just do it. So in here, I've got a valve cover gasket. Also have the push rod cover gasket, and I also got the gaskets for the fuel pump and the water pump and the thermostat housing in here. Those were the last gaskets that I needed. And here I've got the air filter. It's pretty neat. I like it. What do you think, Alyssa?
Yeah, it's nice.
So yeah. All right, and that pretty much wraps it up for today's little update video. It's been a slow process, but that's just the way it really is. I'm just excited. I got all these parts, so definitely we'll be making more videos of me installing everything, so definitely stay tuned, and pretty soon this thing will drive again for the first time in 30 years. Thanks for watching.